Hello, friends and family. All right, this is another episode of the Navy Chronicles, Navy story, and this is a fun one. So, today I'm going to talk about the short time I lived with 7 other roommates. There was 8 of us in one house, and we were all, for the most part, like 20, 21 years old, and it was 7 guys and 1 girl. So, whenever I first joined the military, I didn't have housing allowance, and living on and being assigned to an aircraft carrier. The ship just says, you know what? If you don't really have anywhere else to live, you can just live on the ship. And so some people did that, and I was okay doing that. You know, you just eat on the ship and shower on the ship and live on the ship, and it's fine. But it's not really that comfortable. It's free, but it's not that comfortable. So some of my other Navy buddies, they wanted to go live out in town, but all of us were pretty low ranking, pretty young, and we kind of wanted to use our money for different things, you know, like probably not very smart things either, like just drinking and eating and going out and stuff. But yeah, but like we didn't really want to spend it on rent and bills and stuff. So you know, we'd look for like a place out in town, or they would. I was just fine living on the ship. But I had 1 or 2 buddies that would look for a place in town, and they're like, well, we can either live somewhere that's like really bad, like a really bad area, or like really not great living arrangements, or we're going to have to pay a lot of money, and, you know, then there's not going to be anything left over for us to have any fun. So what they were proposing was, let's just get a whole bunch of people, and that included me. And so, yeah, so we ended up finding, it was actually a house. We rented a house, and this was in the south part of San Diego called Chula Vista. And the house had like, it had a master bedroom that me and another guy shared the master bedroom because we paid like less rent, so we didn't have our own rooms. And then there were 2 other bedrooms upstairs, plus a den. There were 2 other roommates in that den, and then 2 bedrooms downstairs. So that's 4 bedrooms plus the master bedroom plus a den. And somehow all 8 of us were in there. And yeah, so it was fun. It was a lot of laughter, drinking, yes. For the most part, we just kept the door kind of unlocked, or not even closed really, the front door, because people just kind of could come in and out whenever. But stuff started happening where like people would like the next door neighbor would come over, and usually it was fine, but then they wouldn't really respect our property. And then there was one time where like one guy brought his brother over, and then they drank too much, and they also weren't really respecting like the property of everybody else, like all the other roommates. And then there was some stuff with the girl, like she was a nice girl, you know. I actually ended up being roommates with her afterwards also. But it was really different having all guys, because for a while it was just 6 guys, and then eventually 1 other guy and 1 other girl moved in, and it was really different having a girl live with us. And you know, not in like a really weird way, but there were just like the bathroom situation was weird. And then just like certain stuff we could do and say was different around guys. Like, so that it didn't last very long. It was probably like 6 months less. Maybe like, I think we signed like a 6-month lease, and then we didn't renew it because after that, like some of the people, they actually re-enlisted, or they started making more money, or started wanting to spend more money living in like living with less roommates in another place. And then it was just kind of, that was our first experience with living on our own off the ship. So after we had some 6 months of experience, people had different preferences of how they wanted to live. But yeah, it was cool. Like my brother and his girlfriend at the time, they came to visit. My dad and my stepmom came to visit a couple times. I don't know if my little sister came, but yeah, we didn't have much. Like, we just watched some trashy TV in the evenings, or we might have had some old video game consoles. I think there was like a Sega Dreamcast. Actually, I think that was it. And then sometimes we would just throw a baseball in the front, like on the street, because it was a cul-de-sac. We just so we would just do what kind of like teenagers do, just without the parental supervision of anybody else, because we were supposed to be adults. And yeah, so that was about as many people that I've lived with at one time. And you know, it'll probably never get around that anymore. But yeah, that was it. So me and 7 other roommates.